kind of online name. And now we're starting to get reports that he's all over Allahu Akbar on his Instagram profile, which has been deleted, obviously. Thank you, FBI. And he's wearing the exact style. And when you look at the everything on this, so I got to be honest with you. I get there's great agents. I know people in the bureau. I know the rank and file. But then you read stuff like this also, or actually you read stuff like this on the screen. Department of Justice official Bruce Orr didn't disclose that his wife worked for Fusion GPS. So you have to, as an agent, we want to know that everything's on the up and up. Folks, when I had a top secret clearance, I had to tell the government, if I wanted to travel into Canada, they wanted to know any foreign travel, any business, everything. So this dude right here actually went out of his way to hide the fact that his wife was working for Fusion GPS, the place with Christopher Steele and the dirty dossier. So this dude went out of his way. There is a conspiracy at the highest levels of this former government to commit treason, to either prevent the election of Donald Trump or once he was elected, to stick it to him. The reason that he hasn't fired Bob Mueller yet, or Sessions hasn't, or somebody hasn't, is ridiculous. Bob Mueller is part of the problem and a dirty agent. The reason I bring this up, guys, is, obviously with this tragedy here that, hey, the FBI was given a heads up that this dude, in all the interviews today on the local news, almost to a kid, all of them shook their head like, yeah, we knew this was going to happen. Everybody used to say this kid was going to shoot up a school. What the... and everyone predicted it. There it is on the headlines there. Dangerous creep. The guys, they predicting it. He's all over his social media posting guns and shit like this. How about this guy, this football coach? And he was a security guard at the school. Hey, here's an idea. Don't have a security guard at a school without a gun. After every one of these effing national tragedies, I say this. Let me say this to you again. There are 50 to 60,000 homeless veterans in this country, all with small arms expertise or familiarization, all with clearances, or if their clearances have lapsed, they can be brought up to speed pretty damn quickly. Why are these people not deputized and put in front of these schools? Anybody know how many school shootings are in Israel? Every high school, grade school in Israel is armed. Don't give me the bullshit about an inanimate object known as a gun. When that raghead in Nice plowed into 81 people, we didn't ban trucks, right? Or the knife attacks or the whatever. A gun is an inanimate object until it's picked up by a person. So we've forgotten these homeless veterans, give them a job. And I can't stand pieces of shit liberals when I suggested this again last night. Oh, who's going to pay for it? I'm like, did you just ask me who's going to pay for defending our schools and our children? Are you retarded? So Democrats, they're awful people. That's what they're Democrats who spend money like drunken sailors, right? Let's give people Obama phones, but God forbid you want to spend a little bit of money to protect our schools. Are you mental? It makes me furious at these people. Oh, who's going to pay? Oh, now you're a deficit hawk. Who's going to pay for it? Apple just paid $38 billion. $38 billion in taxes in cash that they're bringing home. You're telling me that we can't spend a couple $100 million to deputize or make these? You made the TSA the day after September 11th, right? And we, oh my God, we got to do something about airport security. All we did was put the same people in uniforms and unionize them. So don't stop. Can't stand stupid people. You're idiots. These are soft targets, and I guarantee you, Al Qaeda and ISIS and any just idiot like this one, domestic terrorist, they are soft targets, folks. When are we gonna defend our schools? Don't give me this bullshit about gun control. Okay, I'm pretty sure it was illegal for this guy to go in there and murder 17 people. Last time I checked, that was illegal. So let's make more gun legislation. And that ship's already sailed, folks. What are you gonna do? Seize 300 million guns in America? You will not get mine. I will become a criminal at that point, folks. The definition of the word criminal is they don't pay attention to the law. So if you make guns illegal, okay, let's get this straight. Every law-abiding American gives their gun up, and the criminals still have them. Stop. Stupid people, stop talking at a time like this. Let's fix the problem. The problem is soft targets. It's not what stops a bad man with a gun, a good guy with a gun. Enough. Okay, so one of the headlines, here we go, folks. We nailed this. The all clear has sounded, in my opinion. We have gotten 60% of our loss back from the February rip your face off implosion. What did I say, guys? I said first, second week in February is going to be volatile. It's going to suck, and then we'll get back on our horse. This is not a dead. Well, we will test the 50-day. What did I tell my members? I said you could copy right here, this hovering around the 50 through it, resistance support, rally. That's what that's what I think we're gonna do next week. Maybe resistance, go over it, come back down to it, and then blast off. So I am cautiously bullish again, folks. I switched from this market neutral chop to cautiously bullish. And these type of headlines, folks, corrections almost always test lows before they complete. I'd say bullshit. This ain't your father and mother stock market. This is ours. This is a different era. A lot of this old kind of stock market theory don't work. U.S. stocks extend their rout. Volatility is receding, and investors are brushing off slowly steady going up bond yields. I told you this, guys. The only people worried about inflation or numbers like that are my buddy Rick Santelli and people like that. Nobody's going to flee out of the stock market to go into a bond. It makes no sense. It's just that's comical. So volatility is getting smashed once again. What's the VIX doing? Let's take a look at VIX. VIX. Volatility is getting smashed. Well, actually, it's not getting smashed. It's up a little bit. Remember but in general, since the peak, what was it, last week up here, we hit a 50 print on the VIX from 50 down to 20. That's pretty damn. That's an implosion right there. So that's looking pretty damn good. Our bearish volatility trades, we have a weekly one on that expires tomorrow. Is going to expire for max profit. We're going to talk about getting out of that at 1 o'clock today. But if you're listening to this recording, get out of the weekly bear call spread, which I think is like going to be a $2,000 profit in 4 days. So really, really nice call on that one right there. Analysis: Fed may lift rates with confidence as inflation shows signs of life. I like that headline. So if the Fed comes out and raises rates but says, hey, we're raising rates because this economy is hitting on all cylinders, that's bullish, folks. The Fed's just not going to come out and say, hey, we're raising rates, and then thank you, good night, try the veal. We're not answering any questions. That would be stupid. Why are they going to raise rates? We're near full employment. Consumer prices are going up. The CPI yesterday was a little hotter than expected. So the market should shrug because this is bullish, folks. Why investors are shrugging off the crucial inflation report? Because we have good economic news going on. This ain't Barack Hussein's Obama's economy. Remember him losing our AAA credit rating? Remember him spending more money? Don't give me this bullshit about deficits, Democrats. Your Barack Hussein Obama added more to the debt than, you ready for this? Let me speak slowly for you all, than every other president from George to George in front of him combined. Don't give me this bullshit. Democrats raise the deficit to raise the damn deficit. We will do, I'm not a Republican, libertarian, I'm a libertarian. Republicans will raise the deficit to bring more money in. So if you want to spend $1 to make 10, great. If you want to be a Democrat and spend $10 to spend $300, you're a moron. Like a Nancy Pelosi, the infrastructure plan is puny. Well, of course she wants to spend more money. So GOP is starting to gain on the generic midterm ballot, and Trump's approval is going up. Just like I nailed that Trump would win and the market would rally, one of the only people on the face of this planet that got that right, along with trades that mirrored that opinion. There's no way in hell that the Democrats are going to win the House or the Senate in the midterms. I have no idea what they're running on. Sitting during the State of the Union instead of standing for veterans or Otto Warmbier's parents. Their son was tortured and killed by the North Koreans. Same type of people who were pissed at Vice President Pence didn't shake her hand. If that was my son and he shook their hand, I'd be furious. Otto Warmbier is there. He accompanied Mike Pence. Idiots shake this guy's hand or his sister's hand. They kill Americans, and they've killed tens of millions of their own people. They're eating dirt, and you want to shake their hand? Jesus Christ. She's what's her name? Not Eva Peron. What was Hitler's girlfriend's name? Would you have wanted our vice president to do that back in the Olympics? You're idiots. Stupid people, man. Go back to eating paid chips. All right, enough of a rant. Again, I'm not in a good, not doing in a good place today. It's horrible down here in South Florida, and it's just, and the idiots are out in force. The bodies aren't even warm, and people are cold, and people are talking about gun control. Let's make more laws. It's like drunk driving, folks. I lost a sister to a drunk driver. Let's have more drunk driving laws. and that's going to keep a dude at 3 a.m. who's drunk from getting in his car? No, man. It's stop it. All right, folks. I'll see many of you at 1 o'clock for our Analyze Your Trade. We'll see you then.